Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be providing my longer term market analysis update for Ethereum, and I'm going to be taking a very long-term view, a long-term approach, looking at Ethereum from a cycles perspective, and also taking a look here at some moving averages and generally where I think we are within a longer term cycle, what we could have ahead of us, and what my general expectations are for Ethereum in this market cycle. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Also, please do leave any of your video recommendations, comments, or suggestions down below. So first, we all know that Ethereum is very highly correlated to Bitcoin, so I'm going to take a look here at Bitcoin just so that we can get a little bit better view of what the cycles are. And you can see on this monthly chart, this is the all-time history index. It goes all the way back here to 2011, and it has a very clear view of the cycles here, where every 4 years or so we do have a major bottom and then a 3-year bull run to that massive peak, followed by a 1-year bear market decline. And if you've been following my channel, you know by now that I have been quite bullish on Bitcoin and Ethereum, mainly because we do have that major cycle low back here in November of 2022, and it does look that the tide is having a shift now that we have concluded the bear market and we're now starting to begin our new market cycle in the new early stage of the bull market. So that does lead me to be very bullish here on Ethereum. Very similar thing here, where we do have somewhere in this region a cycle low, whether that is from the first and initial low back here in June of 2022 on the price low that we had right around $900, or if that was really during the FTX capitulation where that blew up right around $1,100. It doesn't really matter. What really matters is that we have concluded this bear market, and you can see that we have begun a new uptrend. We have higher highs, we have higher lows, and ultimately you can't really point to this move up to the $2,100 region as still within a bear market. I think this rally has just been far too strong, and I think that it is very difficult to sort of include this in an extended bear market. Obviously, there is a possibility that we could retest the lows, revisit this $1,100, $1,200 region, but I think that would be more than anything else just a shakeout during a bull market. Very similar to what we saw back here in December of 2019 as well as March of 2020, where though this was the bear market right here and we did have that very bearish retest down to sub $100, I wouldn't necessarily consider this period here, this decline within a bear market. It's just not really the characteristics of a bear market. We didn't have continued lower lows. We didn't have continued sell pressure. This I would consider just to be the accumulation phase of the bull market. Whatever you want to call it though, it doesn't really matter. And for my outlook here with Ethereum, I think we're going to be seeing something fairly similar. I don't really expect a full retrace back down to these lows sub $1,000, but I think in general we are going to be seeing maybe a retest coming down for a higher low, maybe just some more consolidation, where in general I do think that we are somewhere within this stage of the market cycle. In this stage for me, I would really refer to this as just waiting on a time-based capitulation. So for the bear market bottoms, what I've been seeing very consistently with Bitcoin and Ethereum is we have the price capitulation, where a lot of people just see the price down 80, 95%, and that's where they start to capitulate. But the next capitulation occurs after you have gone months and months and months, and you're still not really experiencing that bull market where you have just rapid growth, that exponential curve. You can see that kind of concluded right here in March of 2020. Pretty much just going sideways, making a lot of people very bored on the space, bored on the ecosystem, not too bearish, but not bullish. So that's really where I think we're headed. We haven't really seen that time-based capitulation yet, in my opinion. And I think that could just mean that maybe Ethereum chops around between 1 to 2K for several more months. So as a future outlook, potentially we could have maybe a local high here or maybe another run up. But in general, I do think that we have a little bit longer to go before we really start to get the characteristics of an extremely exponentially growing rally. So something very similar to just sort of how we consolidated and went sideways for the majority of 2019. Yes, we did have spikes and then corrections back down, but again, still within this longer term accumulation phase. So very similar here for Ethereum, and you can see that very clearly here with the moving averages as well. What I like to look here at are the 50-week simple moving average, the green line, and the 100-week simple moving average, the blue line. And these are just great for identifying the longer term momentum, the longer term trends. And for example, if we look here at specifically when they cross, when the shorter term moving average crosses under, that's very clear that we have sort of reversed that bear market momentum. You saw that back here in 2018. Following that bear market, we had the cross just coming out of these lows, similar thing that we had right here in October of 2022 after the lows that we had in June of 2022. So you can see how clearly they have been very close to the bear market lows. And then starting from there, we have the price just kind of waiting and waiting. And then eventually when Ethereum was able to break out above both of the moving average right here in May of 2020, that's sort of when the bull market really kicked off. That's when we saw the growth really start to kick up, and then that rate up to the new all-time highs was just growing every week, and seeing how the price was getting steeper and steeper. So again, I think that we have a long ways to go before we can reclaim both of these moving averages and really start to see that move to new all-time highs. And I think that new all-time highs are a realistic possibility, but maybe not this year. 2024 is looking much more realistic, and I think that until then we are probably just going to see something similar to this period, where after the cross we just had the price under both of the moving averages and going sideways. So maybe we have a retest of the 100 week and then come back down, or whatever sort of scenario you can imagine, just sort of extending this out and delaying that very quick, rapidly growing bull market to 2024. So I am very bullish longer term, and I think that these prices are overall phenomenal. If you didn't get in at the lows, I think that's still okay. I think the opportunity here is still very good. Just for all-time highs, for example, that would be a 170% rally. So obviously not going to be the same returns that we saw from the previous market cycle, but in general, I do think this is a phenomenal spot if you haven't accumulated any. And if we do get that retest coming back down, I think that would be even a better position to add to. And then generally looking here to 2024 as a new all-time high candidate, and then from there we're gonna have to wait and see and play it year by year. I hope you guys enjoy the content and the analysis, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.